Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the Top Chef finale.
Whoa, there's only 3 left, and it's Stephanie, Richard, and Lisa.
This is it. They're in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
So they're waiting there, and Padme and Tom have 3 chefs with them.
Yeah, this is where they're going to find out the challenge. So the 3 chefs that they have with them are April Bloomfield, Dan Barber, and Erik Ripert.
My favorite. He's my favorite all-time guest chef.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, they're going to be doing a 4-course meal in a traditional progression.
Yes.
Starting off with fish, 2nd course poultry, 3rd course red meat, and you must do a dessert.
Oh.
There's no getting around it.
So they're all like,
Dessert?
Yeah.
And they find out that the professional chefs are going to be their sous chefs.
What?
That is a great twist. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And each sous chef has different ingredients to offer.
That's right.
So they were going to have the first person pick based on how many elimination challenges that they won. But since Stephanie and Richard were tied with 4, they pulled out the old knife block.
And Stephanie got to choose first, and of course she chose the best, Erik Ripert.
Mm-hmm.
So Richard got the next choice, and he chose Dan Barber. And Lisa took who was left, April Bloomfield.
Yeah.
Which she was pretty happy about.
Mm-hmm.
She really wanted to work with her.
They had 3 hours to prep that day, and they were going to have to cook for 9 people.
They were allowed 1 special request to bring with them, and of course Richard chose liquid nitrogen.
All right.
I don't know what everybody else chose, but I guess they only said that because that was pretty unusual for Richard.
So then the next day, they had 4 hours until service.
And nobody's in the kitchen waiting for them.
No more sous chefs on
That's
day
right.
2.
It is all up to you guys.
That sucks, because you can always use an extra pair of hands.
Absolutely. So Lisa's menu was grilled prawns, Kha Gai Soup and Dumplings. She loves cooking Asian. Wagyu beef and Thai rice pudding.
And then Richard started off with scallops, and then he had guinea hen, foie gras, eggs, and
quail
pork belly.
eggs.
And then he had banana scallops and bacon ice cream.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. Stephanie rounding out the 3. Red snapper for the first course, quail with lobster ravioli and quail egg.
I really like that quail.
Yeah. Lamb medallions. This looked really good. And ricotta pound cake. So the guest judges at the final serving table are going to be the 3 sous chefs that were working with them. Alfredo Ayala, Puerto Rican
Zagat.
chef. Right. And of course Puffy, Ted, Tom, and Padme.
Yay!
So they kind of broke it down course by course.
And of course, everyone had their favorites, but the main picks, first course, they like Stephanie's red snapper.
Pretty much the best, yeah. And second course was Lisa's soup. I mean, this one hands down. Everybody loved this soup.
And then third course, Stephanie again with her lamb medallions,
They were
olives, and
inventive.
pistachios.
It was crazy. They didn't want to eat it based on what it sounded like it was going to taste like, but when they put it in their mouths, they couldn't believe how inventive it was.
Yeah.
And rounding it out, it was a kind of a toss-up, I think, in the end between Lisa's Thai rice pudding and Richard's scalloped bananas and bacon ice cream.
He's done those banana scallops a few times in this show.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the 3rd time, I think.
Well, this time he paired it with the bacon ice cream, so I mean...
It was different.
Yeah. He really should have won that one. Okay, so, judges table. Yikes.
They're basically like, Richard, lacked seasoning, you made a few mistakes and thought about it too much.
Yeah, overthought it. Lisa, your food was kind of spicy, well, the first dish anyway, and your beef was like undercooked. It was like barely seared.
Ew.
She thought it was going to be, you know, loose like a long-necked goose, but it didn't activate the fat when you hadn't cooked it so much, so it was kind of got a little rubbery.
Chewy.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie, the leeks were undercooked, and why were they even in her dish? Because they didn't make sense.
Yeah, and for her dessert, her pound cake was okay, but the banana sauce that she made for it wasn't really doing it for them.
I think they were kind of bored with her dessert choice.
Yeah.
Compared to the other two.
Then, all of a sudden, Richard admits that he choked.
Yeah.
Richard, why do you do that?
They were like all shocked that he said it, but I mean, he was
Everybody
just saying.
knew it. You didn't have to say it. It kind of underlined it when you said it, Richard.
I don't know. It was also kind of a way to be like, this wasn't my best, but you know I can do better.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I felt really bad for Richard because I really would have liked to have seen him hit a home run.
I know he's better than like what he put out.
Yeah.
For the final challenge.
Well, nobody could really have a clear winner except when they thought about whose meal would I go back and want to have again.
Mm-hmm.
So, 100 hours later, they have a decision.
All right.
And the decision was...
Stephanie!
Congratulations, Stephanie!
Top chef!
I know. I'm kind of glad that Stephanie won if Richard couldn't have won. Because I don't really think Lisa deserved to win because of her poor attitude.
I don't think Lisa was consistent enough throughout the show.
I thought she had a few good dishes, but
Stephanie and Richard were right there throughout the whole thing.
Right. And, you know, their attitudes were so much better than Lisa's. Mm-hmm. They were easier to work with people, and they were more flexible. They had more innovative things. I mean, a lot of the things that Lisa had done, she had done a million times.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of cool that, you know, Stephanie could come up with things that were right off the top of her head. So, congratulations.
Yep.
And I guess that wraps up an entire season of Top Chef Chicago.
Woo!
And we'll be back with Top Chef 5.
Well, isn't there a reunion show next week?
That's right. Next week we'll be back for the reunion show. I can't wait to see what all those little F-nuts have to say, especially Andrew. Mm-hmm. So kids, till next week.
Much love.